Hello everyone, I'm Masi Khairi and this is how to make Android mobile application. So it's gonna be fantastic for you people you want to make or build your own application for your smartphone. And welcome to episode 1. Okay guys, the title of this course is Android mobile application development, and all right of this series reserved to take for your channel. Okay, in this video we're gonna have course prerequisites, then we will have course topics, and then we are going to download and install needed software for this course, and then we will have an introduction to Android OS. Okay, course prerequisites. If you want to continue with this course, you should know or you should have some basic idea about fundamental of programming, like what's a variable, and you should know condition structure like if or switch, and you should have some basic idea of while, loop or iteration structure, and you should know what's a function and where you should use a function, and some basic idea of an array or an object, and a basic idea of OOP model or object oriented programming model. And generally we have two kind of programming models, one OOP, object oriented programming model, and the procedural model. Of course, in this series we will have an introduction to OOP model, but it is necessary you should have some basic idea of OOP model. Okay, course topics. In this series of lessons we will have 10 sections or 10 parts or 10 seasons, and each section will have its own topics or its own parts. In section 1 we will introduce or we will cover Android structure or Android application structure and UI components, like what's an activity, what's a view or what's a relative view, and buttons. And in this series we will introduce with the XML codes and tags, and we will create the layout of an application. In section 2 we will cover fragments, view pager, multi-pane layout, and a tab layout. Of course these are also UI components, but these are more advanced. Because of that we will cover them in section 2. In section 3 we will connect our application to a server, like a web server, PHP server, and we will send the information to the server and receive the information, and we will create a login form in this section, and then we will cover the JSON and JSON files, and we will use from Volley library. Okay, in section 4 we will have storage equipments like SQLite, SD cards, and share preferences. These are all the storage equipments. SQLite is a kind of database or database management system, and of course we will cover the MySQL database management system in section 3. But in section 4 we will have SQLite database. It is an internal database of an Android application, and we will use SD card, store or retrieve of a file from SD card, and shared preferences. In section 5 we will have handlers and async task loaders. These are background process, and like an downloader application, and download should be done in the background, and because of that we have async task loader, and we will cover that in section 5, and we will create a downloader app in this section. In section 6 we will have notification in Android and launch push notification services. Notification in Android, we will cover that when an application sends a notification to the user. This internal notification, we will cover that, and launch push notification services from Google Firebase. It is when the owner of application sends a notification to its user from his computer. We will launch these services using Google Firebase. And in section 7 we will have design support library and material design. Of course, material design is another big concept in mobile app development. We can't cover all these concepts in this series, but we will have another series for this concept. But we will have some basic idea of material design or some basics topic of material design in this series, like how to design an app or how to design a button or a text field, and using design support library. And in section 8 we will have broadcast receivers and services. Broadcast receivers, when a mobile turns internet or turns Bluetooth, our application should do something. Or when user plugs charger to the phone, our application should do something. And services, it's an activity which runs in background. In section 9 we will have Google Firebase. It's a new services of Google for the developer. Of course, it's another big concept in development. We can cover all those concepts in this series as material design, but we will have another series for Firebase or Google Firebase too. But in this series we will have some basic part or some basic concept of Firebase, like how to send a message, how to use from real-time database, how to push notifications, and we will use user authentication of Firebase in this series. And if you want to learn all part of the Google Firebase, you can use or you can watch our Google Firebase series. Okay. In section 10 we will create APK file and release it in Play Store or Google Play. In this section we will create APK file of our application, and then we will release it in the Play Store or Google Play. Okay. Needed software for this course. For this course we will need JDK or Java Development Kit. These are classes for Java to run a Java application, and we will download and install this software in the next video. Another software we needed is Android Studio, and in the next video we will download and set up Android Studio in our PC. Okay guys, we just need two software and we will download and install them in the next video. What's Android? Android is an operating system for mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets, which developed by a developer team that led by Google. Open Handset Alliance or OHA is a developer team or group of developer team and led by Google. And this is some application of an Android. This is view of Android OS and a car racing and chat application. Android version. The first version of Android was released in December of 2008 with the HTC Mobile and with 35 apps. Then version 1.5 Cupcake released in 2009, and then version 2 and 2.2 for you in 2010, then Gingerbread in 2011, then Honeycomb Ice Cream Sandwich, Jelly Bean, Kit Kat, and then Android 5.0 Lollipop in 2014, and Android 6 Marshmallow in 2015, Android 7 Nougat, 8 Oreo in 2007, and now the latest version of Android is Android 10 or Q. Okay guys, thank you for watching and share the video. See you in the next video.